As a teacher, we must consider a range of changing factors within our classroom, basing activities around the students' capabilities and interests. Not one class will ever be homogeneous, so in order to create a successful learning outcome, we need to know the individual child. This activity is based around a Year 4 class, with each of the stages being formed around their cognitive, physical, social, and emotional skills. When teaching a middle school class, it is important to create activities that stimulate each child as much as possible, building activities based upon their already learned skills, as well as new and challenging experiences. Being in the teaching industry for 5 years, with a diverse background myself, I have learnt many strategies around ways to create an inclusive and supportive classroom environment. Every classroom has children deriving from different social classes and backgrounds. This activity offers each child a fair chance of winning, spreading equality and individuality. To begin the activity, a warm-up will be instigated to prepare the students for their further participation. Warming up before an activity also prevents injury as the muscles soften. The students will be allocated a team, separating the class into groups of 4, reducing game preparation. The 10-minute warm-up will consist of team building, where children will be asked to do simple warm-ups, improving gross motor skills. The aim of this exercise is to encourage teamwork skills to be learnt. After the warm-up, each group will be assigned a different colour. The students will then be asked to assemble near their coloured hula hoop, where they will see the layout for the main game. They consist of a hula hoop filled with gym balls in the centre, with an additional 4 hula hoops positioned in each corner to create a rectangle. Each member within the 4 groups will be assigned a number. The player must run out when their number is called and collect a ball from the centre hula hoop. The game ends when all balls are taken from the centre. This activity allows each child to feel a sense of self-belonging by including everyone in the group, building upon their social and emotional skills. Maslow's hierarchy of needs can be linked to this activity as it is a more humanistic learning approach involving the students' physiological, safety, emotional, esteem and self-actualization factors. The students are actively learning whilst also critically thinking with their group members. By doing this, each category of needs is highlighted and upheld. More complex rules were implemented to get the children to think, using their cognitive skills as well as improving their teamwork and decision making. The groups work together, taking gym balls from each other's nests. Only 3 players can leave the group at a time, however it is their decision when to swap positions with other group members. This rule is a way for students to work competently through communication with other members within their classroom community, developing their social skills. Children are able to appropriately distinguish between their strengths and weaknesses, as well as tactics in order to win the game. This relates to the CASTLE competencies, specifically responsible decision making. Students are able to analyse the situation, solve problems and reflect on their choices, furthering their cognitive systems. To create fairness, there will be a 5-minute timer. After this goes off, the whistle is blown and all students must return back to their groups. The next and final level of difficulty is Stage 3. This stage asks the children to run anti-clockwise around their own hoop before leaving their nest to collect balls. To make the game noticeably harder, only 1 player from each team can leave their nest at a time. This allows students to utilise their previously practiced relay technique. To supply every team with an equal opportunity, there will be no defenders. After retrieving the ball from a nest, the student will follow instructions via the teacher of what gross motor skill they need to use before returning to the nest. Each of these variations will be chosen based upon their already selected numbers. This form of active learning is important to children who are still developing. Throughout this activity, our learning environment needs to be inclusive to all disabilities, including ADHD. ADHD may restrict a child from striving in a controlled learning environment. According to ACARA, students with disabilities are able to have reasonable adjustments to ensure equal opportunities in education. This will be achieved by using simplified and direct instructions, as well as implementing an active learning environment that will stimulate their needs. Ensuring that all students are receiving equitable learning opportunities creates a safe and supportive classroom. Another way to understand diversity is through collaboration with parents, allowing for inclusion rather than integration. This can be linked to the 6 life skills students need to acquire throughout their schooling. The back and forth communication between the students and the teacher in terms of giving directions will progress the students' attachment by improving their relationship with adults. From these various modifications of the game, our activity caters for the social, emotional, physical and cognitive needs of the students, whilst building a stimulating and positive learning outcome. Relating back to Maslow's hierarchy, 6 life skills, CASTLE competencies and ACARA each undertakes an important role in our learning environment, building upon numerous developmental stages of children we will be teaching.
Created using Powtoon.